What's going on, guys? Flying DBZ here, and we're back for another Pokemon Masters video, and this video is going to be about Hilbert. Obviously, from the title and the thumbnail, it is Hilbert. But anyways, we did Acerola in the previous video, and she is a complete beast as a tech type. She is very, very good. She's easily in the top 3 in for tech types in the game, and she is amazing. But now we're going to go over Hilbert today, and Hilbert is another amazing unit, and he's going to be a striker, so that's going to be nice. So anyways, like I said in the last video, I don't have the actual arts and everything for having like a nice aesthetic for how their stats are and everything. I don't have that. I didn't have it set up because I actually totally forgot to do that. But so I'm going to read out all their stats again and their moves and all, so just bear with me on this. But the next time we have something like this, I'll actually be much more prepared. But anyways, let's go into the stats. So Hilbert and Mightyena, they're a dark type striker, and they're weak to fairy. Their HP is 745, physical attack 350, physical defense 123, special attack 230, special defense 123, and speed 267. So from them having a high HP, you know they're gonna be a recoil hitting unit, which does suck, but it is what it is. What can you do? So their first move is Crunch, physical dark type, 99 base power, and it's a 3-bar move, 100% accuracy. Has a small chance of lowering the target's physical defense, and then he has X attack, and then he has double edge, normal type, normal type physical move, 167 base power, 3-bar move, and it has 100% accuracy. And then he takes 25% of the damage dealt as recoil, which does suck, and there we go, like I said. And then we have Roar, 2 uses, and he uses it on himself. Sharply raises the user's speed, radically raises the user's speed if affected by status condition. Sharply raises crit, lowers user's defense and special defense. So yeah, so that is so he's basically going to be a glass cannon, because his defense already isn't really high, and with him lowering them even more, you gotta watch out for him. He's going to be a glass cannon, so just be careful with him. And then for his passive, so for a sync move, he does 250 base power on his sync move, and it's called Bump in the Night Crunch. And I like the name. It sounds like a party move. But he raises his crit when you sync move, so that's not bad. And since he's going to be able to be a 6-star, you're going to have that AoE sync move when he gets the 6-star, so that's going to be very nice. And then for his passive one, he has Carry On 1, and then he has Pour It On 4, and it charges the user's move gauge by 4 each time the Pokemon on the field of play faints, and so that's actually really good. And then for Dark Shift, he normal type moves become dark type moves, so double edge will become a dark type move instead of being a normal type move, and that will help him do even more damage, which is very, very good. So overall, from the stats, he's actually not bad. He's actually not bad, and he's gonna be one of those Pokemon that are actually gonna be pretty good in Battle Villa too, because then when you knock out the 2 side Pokemon, you're gonna be getting quite a bit of BP back. Not BP. Move gauge back, which is going to be nice. So he's going to be a good option in Battle Villa for that, because then you don't really have to worry about move gauge, because then especially when you're on hole 19, 20 and stuff like that, you're not going to have an issue on landing quite a bit of attack. So but anyways, now let's move on to his grid. And so, as always, the typical first bit of the tiles, there's just stat increases, and then we have Crunch power up, more Crunch power up, Crunch move gauge refresh 2, and then we get Ramming speed. The more the user's speed has been raised, the more it powers up moves, so he's already going to be hitting pretty hard. And then you get Crunch power up again, more stat increases, and then you get Haymaker. The more the user attacks, the more the user attack has been raised, the more it powers up the sync move. And then he has more. Okay, so Crunch move gauge refresh, so he has 2 of them, so you're going to be getting a good amount of MP move gauge back when you have those 2 active or added on the grid, which is going to be nice. And then he has super duper effective 1, powers up moves that are super effective, so he's going to be hitting very hard when he's super effective. Especially with that double edge, you're going to be insane. And then he has double edge power up, more double edge power up, and then he has double edge power, not power up, but move gauge refresh. Jeez, so much of the same words. Oh man, okay. And then he has stand fast 5, and of course that is to be expected, which is very good. Glad he has that. So instead of 25, it goes down to like 20. And then he has double edge power up again. And then he has another stand fast, so he's going to be taking 15% recoil damage, which is actually very nice. I think it goes down to 15. I could be wrong, but correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. And then he has more stat increases, and then he has a double edge move gauge refresh 2. And then he has Terrify 1, so basically like Luxray, so lowers the attack of all sync pairs when the Pokemon enters the battle. So, okay. Before I get into any more of this, basically, Hilbert seems like he's an upgraded version of Luxray, to put it in a way. Like, he has recoil, but he mitigates that quite a bit because of the 2 stand fast, which is very good. I mean, Luxray does have a little bit of healing, which is nice, which would help him a lot, but Hilbert has the 2, which will help him take very less damage on the recoil, which is good. But the way I see it, Hilbert is basically like an upgraded version of Luxray in terms of damage, because Hilbert is a striker and Luxray is a tech type. But anyways, let's continue. And then you get more double edge power up, and then you get Roar MP refresh 2. And then you get Haste, speed cannot be lowered, and then you get more double edge power up, which he's getting a lot of those. And then you got Gritty 5, powers up moves if the Pokemon is affected by a status condition. And then you get First Aid 4, restores a bit of the Pokemon's HP once during battle when the Pokemon is in a pinch. So yeah, there we go. He's basically an upgraded version of Luxray in terms of damage, because they sort of have the same stuff on the grid, a little bit. And then he has more stat increases, and then more crunch power up. And then he has X attack MP refresh. And then you got insult to injury. The more the target's defense has been lowered, the more it powers up moves. So there we go. When you have when you use the trainer move, you're basically like, when you lower your defenses, you're gonna be doing even more damage, which is insane. And then you got crunch power up, and then you got speedy entry, raises the speed when he enters the battle, which is nice. And then you got crunch on a roll 1. Crunch raises the chances of lowering stat values with the additional effects, so you're going to have a better chance of lowering the physical defense, allowing you to do even more damage. And then you got bump up in the nice guy crunch power up, so basically the sync move powers up, so then when you get both of them, your sync move is going to be at 300 base power instead of 250, so the typical stuff there. But like, overall, he's very, very good. He could hit extremely hard, because like, he could lower defense on his crunch, and then with the crunch on a roll 1, you have a better chance of lowering the defense. And then you have insult to injury, which increases his attack even more, which is insane. And then you have all of these double edge powers up, so like, you're gonna be very close to like almost, or like, just about at 200 base power for double edge, so you're gonna be hitting an insane amount of damage. So like, overall, like, and he does heal a little bit when he gets low on HP, which is insane. So like, overall, he is a very, very good striker. Is he the best striker in the game? I don't think he is, but he's actually very good. In terms of damage wise, he is definitely in the top 5 for sure. But we'll have to see once he officially comes out in game, because of course everybody's going to try him out, and then we'll actually get damage numbers out and everything too. So but from how everything looks, he is, like, from how the numbers look on paper, I think he's going to be in the top 5 for strikers. Is he going to outdamage Charizard in terms of a single hitting move? I don't know if he will, because Charizard is just insane. He's insane, but he's a very, very good sync pair. So if you want to summon for him on the Halloween banner, then you won't be disappointed. He's a very good striker. The only downfall I could see with him is him having recoil and him lowering his defenses quite a bit, because then when you get hit with a sync move, regardless if it's the sync move is aimed at your support, you're still going to be taking damage because of the AoE effect. So you're going to be losing quite a bit of HP along with the recoil damage. You're going to be losing a ton of HP. But of course, if you have healers and everything, you'll be fine. But still, he is a very good striker, and honestly, I would recommend summoning for him if you want, because of course he's a Halloween 2020 edition, so he's going to be very limited. And I don't know if they're planning on bringing these sync pairs back, because the 2019 Rosa and Steven, was it Steven? Rosa and Steven? I think it was. They haven't been back ever since, so like it's probably going to be the same with these sync pairs too. So like if you want to summon for them, definitely go ahead. Because they're of course going to be a limited sync pair, so and they're very, very good, and I'm glad they made this year's seasonal sync pairs very, very good. But anyways, that'll be it for the video. Let me know what you guys think of these sync pairs. I did my Acerola video, so if you want to check that out, I'll leave it down in the description too if you haven't seen that. But that'll be it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys later.